Guys, good evening and welcome to Marriage Monday tonight. We love you and appreciate you. Tonight we're going to get into a great topic. We're talking about 5 love differences between men and women. We hope everybody is doing well and safe and holding up, and that the peace of God is in your house. So many people all around our world are dealing with such a variance of things. We got people dealing with all types of stuff, but we just wanted to be consistent while we're praying for you and praying for your families and praying for your loved ones, praying for our country and praying for our world. And tonight we are particularly praying for families, relationships, and for marriages. And so we wanted to talk tonight. I was looking through my timeline today, and so many things happened today historically throughout the years. I'm going to share and post it, but I was looking and this note kept coming up that reminded me of a conversation that I had, something I learned from one of my mentors long ago. And I was like, it kind of hit my spirit. I was like, man, this would be great to share tonight. So I talked to my wife and she agreed. So we're in agreement. So we hope that it will bless you. Tonight, we're going to talk about 5 love differences between men and women. 5 love differences between men and women. And so we want you to listen about this, see if you agree with it. And at the end, we're going to ask you what your thoughts and your opinions are. All right. So we're going to jump right into it. Males and females are distinctively different, thankfully, because they are designed different. They have different needs because they're designed different. And I always say that a man loves everything about a woman that's different from him. Everything about a woman that's different from a man. That's what a man loves the most about a woman. I know we live in a society that's always like, yeah, a woman could do what a man could do, a man could do what a woman could do. I'm not talking about made in the image and likeness of God or our reflection of the Creator. We are equal in dominion, equal in authority, but we do have different roles. And although we're equal in dominion, equal in authority, and have different roles, when it comes to roles, you're talking about attraction and you're talking about distinctive differences. Everybody in life in the world is trying to discover their distinctive difference. That's what makes them unique. That's what makes it special. And so in the distinctive difference, I always say that a man is attracted to everything about a woman that's different from him. Where his chest is flat, hers is not, right? Where his hips are straight, hers sway, right? Where his butt goes a certain kind of way. Well, my wife said guys has butts also, but I wouldn't know. Anyway, girls have butts and that, plump. And so there's things, hallelujah. Jesus. God made things, hallelujah. And everything that God made about a man, about a woman that was different is what a man is attracted to. And so, that's beautiful.
Right. Man. Guys and girls are different in their designs, and that determines their needs. Right. So a woman is made the way that her body is made. She's made to receive. That's just how she's made. And a man, when he looks at his body, he's made to give. He's made to give.
Yes, he is. Yes, he's made to give.
And not just with his body part, but just in regards of all that he is. I believe that a man really feels, and you can jump in here, but I feel that a man really feels like a man when he's able to give, when he's able to provide. And I feel that, my husband, he would joke around and he'll be like, why can't you go buy yourself this? And why you can't go buy yourself that? And I was like, because I got a husband and you can buy that for me. You can give it to me. And I just like being able to receive things from my husband. I like to be able to say, oh, my husband gave me that, or my husband brought me that. I like to be able to say those things. So that distinctive difference with the way that your body is made is a reminder to me, a reminder of kind of, I won't say your purpose, but your role. A woman receives seed from a man, and when he gives her that seed, she gives him a baby. We've said in counseling sometimes that when a man gives a woman money or goes and gets groceries, when he brings it back home to her, then she's able to give him a meal. So
supposed to be.
Yeah. So well, even if she goes and gathers it.
But in theory, but yes, you're right. And a man as a priest, provider, and protector, he is made to give. If a man ever forgets what his assignment and role is in that terms of relationship. He is distinctively the giver. I'm not saying that a woman, these aren't definitive to say that a woman and a man don't. We're talking about roles in creation. So I think in a relationship, that the goal, some of the goals of relationship is to meet each other's needs, right? And to meet each other's needs and share in meeting each other's needs. And so in a relationship, any relationship, there should always be check-ins and checkups where we periodically ask whose needs are being met, or are your needs being met, which is a bold question, but is a necessary question in any healthy relationship. We just celebrated our anniversary on last Wednesday, and every anniversary we always ask the question, am I meeting your needs? Am I exceeding your needs? Am I meeting your expectations? Am I exceeding your expectations? Because we want to check in and don't want the surprises, so much to be the setup in the set that it is creating a conflict or a internal frustration where you are not having your needs met. Thank you for your belated anniversaries.
Thank you.
And so in a relationship, you should periodically ask whose needs are getting met. And in the answers, it should always be give and take. It should not be one-sided. Any relationship that is one-sided, where one person's needs are being met and the other person is not, is an unhealthy relationship, and frustration is inevitable. So the goal in the relationship is to reciprocate. The reciprocation of give, take, give and receive, should I say, give and receive, not give and take, but give and receive, where needs are constantly being met. And I know, not trying to figure out or guess what that need is or what that expectation is. And so the primary goal in the relationship of coming to a relationship is not self-centered or selfish, contrary to popular opinion, but it is selfless in the sense that I get in a relationship to meet somebody else's needs, right? So the reason why I'm engaged in this relationship is because I love you to the level, or the desire to love you to the level where I want to meet your needs, meet and exceed your expectations and your needs, right? And so this is so true in every aspect. So even because one of the goals of any relationship is to get into the relationship to meet the needs, then it's important that you, before you enter into a relationship, for all my single people, that you analyze, first of all, what you need, right? What you need that you can't meet yourself, right? Because most of us can meet the majority of our needs ourselves, but there is a space in our heart, in our life, in our soul, one, that only God can fill, and two, that only another human being can fill. And so God leaves that emptiness, that space, or that void in us so that we can enter into covenant relationship. And so we analyze first what we need, and analyze what that other person needs by having a conversation. What do you need, right? What do you desire? What do you want? What is your dreams? How do I see myself? How do I play into that? What is it that you lack that I can bring, that I can give? And so if I have that conversation early on, then I don't get no surprises later.
I can determine if you're needy. If you're needy. If you're extremely thirsty. With the thirst that I cannot fulfill. And so that, like what you just said, is so necessary in being able to do something like analyzing your needs as an individual, with no one else coming in, no one else telling you what your needs are, but you just having a moment with yourself about what you need, and understanding that if you have a need and you know that an individual can't fulfill it, then what are you doing to make sure that that's fulfilled inside of you, so that you're not looking at another person to try to fulfill something that really they don't have the capability of fulfilling, because it's something that should have been analyzed in your unmarried life, that either through counseling or getting closer to God or whatever you need to, whatever that needs to help you to get to a healthy place, so that what you're needing from another person is something that they can really give you.
Insecurity is one of those things that is very difficult to cure in a relationship. Loneliness also, because it's not, there's a difference from being alone and lonely, right? And loneliness, but especially insecurity. If you are insecure within yourself. Getting with somebody else is not going to ever bring you to a certain level where it heals your inwards insecurities, right? Those insecurities usually come from deficiency. And anything that you have to heal within yourself and not expect for somebody else to try to heal that or to solve that in you, right? And so insecurity is one of those people is one of those things that causes people to be extra needy. And when you're extra needy in that space, it's hard for anybody to meet that need.
Yeah. And another thing that you always say is that marriage, it magnifies
whoever you are,
whatever you are.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking that, okay, well, I'm gonna get with somebody and then I'm gonna be complete. No, that is not it. You have to be a whole, complete person, understanding your needs before you get with somebody else, because whatever you are is going to be magnified in marriage, whatever that is.
That's right. And if you don't get your needs met, or you haven't identified what they are, and you're not able to articulate them in a real way, then frustration sets in, right? And whenever you find somebody frustrated in a relationship, frustration is the result of unfulfilled needs in a relationship. Frustration is the result of unfulfilled needs in a relationship. People are frustrated in a relationship because their needs are not being met. And when their needs not being met in a relationship, that's when they start wondering and start getting engaged in other activities outside of their relationship, because they feel that their needs will never get met in their relationship, either because it has not been articulated or properly expressed, or when it has been articulated or properly expressed, nothing's happened.
Right. The person didn't take responsibility for that.
That's right. And so the way we're wired, needs always control our behavior, right? So everything needs always control our behavior. Everything that someone does is usually to meet a need, some type of way. Sometimes that's selfish, sometimes it's not selfish, sometimes it's just needs. You talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When it looks at that, people move, they make decisions. Well, why did you do that? Well, why did you get in that? Well, how did you get in that? Well, how did you get caught up in that? Well, what is up with your relationship? Well, how's your marriage? Well, how's your family? It's usually motivated by needs, because needs always control behavior. So frustration settles in whenever we have unmet or unfulfilled needs inside of our relationship. And when we have unmet or unfulfilled needs inside of our relationship and needs control the behavior, then everything that someone attempts to do is always going to meet their own needs. Oh, I got some people out there that's honest. Listen, oh, you ain't gonna do it for me? I do it myself. Oh, you not gonna help me? I help myself. Oh, you ain't gonna handle this? I handle it myself, right? And so a lot of, if I'm honest, a lot of relationships cause distance in them. We talked about this in vulnerability. And we'll have to share that with you later. But a lot of relationships have tension and differences because people have found a way to meet their own needs instead of letting the other person meet their needs. And then when they do that, then the less I need from you, then the less I need you. Now that sounds extremely selfish and wrong. Oh, you just using me? No. The reason why we got in this relationship is because you said, hey, look no further. I'm the one. Hey, these are the last lips you need to kiss. This is the last person you need to have sex with, right? This is the last relationship that you need to be vulnerable and naked in. I got you, right? And so when I come to a relationship knowing and saying this is what it is and this is what I need to be, then I need to create a space in my relationship where I could be 100% honest, no matter how uncomfortable it makes me, or no matter how uncomfortable it makes you, to be able to express. I got to be honest, because my needs are going to control behavior, and everything a person does is an attempt to meet their own needs.
Love is supposed to be this space, this place, this emotion that is to be able to meet someone's needs. When I say that I love you, I'm saying that I am going to try my very best. When you tell me what you need, that I'm going to try to deliver that for you as much as I can. If I don't do it right, then you need to let me know that I didn't do that right, and you can't feel a certain kind of way about it. This is real talk. Like, this is not something that we're just talking about. It's something that we do every single day. Every single day we do it. Yeah. Well, why you didn't do that for me? Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And then you have to go back and try to fix it, because really this, I mean, especially in this quarantine state that we're in right now, this is Eden. Like this, like what you need from your partner needs to be articulated, because it can't be got any other way right now.
Well, and if you're talking about sexual frustration because you haven't articulated it properly, this is where pornography and this is where toys this is where masturbation becomes a challenging situation, because if you're self-satisfying and creating self-gratification because you know your own spots like nobody else know them, you know your own spots, but you can't articulate that to somebody else, and you playing with toys that other people can't live up to.
They don't even know that you even playing with. Some of them don't even know you playing with toys.
Well, some of them don't know that you playing with toys, and some of the toys that you playing with are like,
it's not even humanly possible.
Yeah, exactly. So then you start getting addicted and finding gratification and self-gratification in those areas of your own sexual. Where are you going? Those areas of your own. Of your own sexual pleasure and gratification. Now when you return back to your bed, you're asking for your spouse to compete with your own pleasures where you have met your own needs. And this is the same thing where men deal with and get hooked on pornography and tricks, and you want her to do all kind of stuff that these professional people are doing. And she like, I'm not no professional like that. You know, I don't know how to do that, right? So it's like you got all of these dynamics in your mind. And so now you get back to your missionary position and you like, this ain't, you know, I want to do some of that stuff I was watching on TV. You know, now you're no longer intrigued. You can't find your sweet spot. You can't have your pleasure at its height. You can't find your orgasm because you have self-gratified, self-pleased, or you have let something enter into your gates that now became a psychological and emotional and soulical competition or comparison to the person you're with. And they're like, no, everything I know, I'm trying to learn from you because everything I know, I should learn from you, your needs, your expectations, your desires, and your bring in as a counselor, Debbie Does Dallas and whoever else. I mean, I don't even know, but I'm just saying you're bringing in these other, you're bringing in all of this other stuff. My knees are mad. You're bringing in all this other stuff that you could really create this own space of imagination in your own bed and your own playground, right? You can dream it up and you can explore it and you can do it as long as you can articulate it and communicate it in your marriage bed. Guess what? You should be able to have it. Right? If I can articulate it, I can communicate it, I should be able to have it. But then that comes with you being able to say, hey, what do you want and what do you need? And how can I meet your expectation?
And this is so essential for our unmarried people. This is why your unmarried life and your sexuality needs to be consecrated, or needs to be, help me with a word, that so that you're not bringing in these other things. Because so if you are unmarried and you are continuing to watch porn, so then when you get married, you don't even allow this person that you love, that you say you love, that you believe that is going to be the mother, father of your children, that has all of these great qualities, but you're bringing some expectation to the bed that you really kind of have outside a relationship that is unrealistic. And so now you'll say, you know, I need to test drive it before I get up in there, because all of that other stuff don't mean nothing if this side don't match up. But the expectation, what are you comparing it to? If you're comparing it to a porn star, to a regular, it's not good ground.
But let's stay right now in the marriage conversation, because in the conversation, we have to have Single Saturday. This is Marriage Monday. Okay. In the context of this, relationship, I think that every relationship has to create space for honesty and transparency, because people are frustrated because they like, I did say that. I did tell them. I did tell him. I did tell her. And it still didn't happen. And I still didn't get my needs met. And this is creating frustration to the level that then they stop expressing it. Now, real talk, when you get frustrated and you stop expressing it, ladies, your man goes silent, he go quiet. Man, your woman goes silent. She just like, never mind, don't worry about it. Hey, that's a dangerous point, because unmet needs are one of the greatest sources of frustration and lack of fulfillment. And anytime you have frustration in a relationship, it is an indicator that there is an unmet need. And unfortunately, every man out here ain't trying to respect the sanctity of your marriage. Every woman out here is not trying to respect the sanctity of your marriage. And when you have unmet needs in your relationship, it's like a cologne or a perfume. You can smell it. It's a smell. It's a level of vulnerability. It's a level of sneakiness. It's like some kind of it's some dudes going through withdrawal right now, unfortunately, because they're more in love with their mistress than they are with their wife, and they quarantine with their wife right now, and they can't get out because she did this and she did that, and she would do this and she would listen. And there's some ladies that's frustrated right now because they're stuck in the home with their husbands, and he's not meeting their needs because they explored outside of their family and got these other ideas in their hand. And folks out here trying to be creative in DMs, and let me go to the store real quick, and let me go run some errands real quick, and trying to do all kind of stuff because people are trying to get their needs met. And so it's horrible to be in a relationship where you can't articulate, express what your needs are, and know that they will get met. Y'all okay? Am I being too honest in the quarantine tonight? It's so good. Because frustration in a relationship is an indicator of unmet needs. Frustration is an indicator of unmet needs, and everybody is not trying to respect your marriage. So when people won't respect your marriage, you have to respect your marriage by making sure that you give your marriage what it wants and what it needs. This makes you in a healthy relationship. It makes you be in a healthy relationship. And when you get married, or you get in a relationship, you are saying, I love you, I'm committed to you, and I am committed to meeting your needs. That's what you're saying. I'm not committed to just you paying my bills. I'm not just committed to, I am committed to you meeting meeting your needs. I am committed to meeting your needs. I am committed to meeting your needs, and I'm trusting that you in reciprocation is committed to meeting my needs, so that we can live happily ever after, right? And as our needs change, and as they evolve, we will continually talk about it and continually discuss it and continually check up and continue to grow and continue to meet and expect and exceed your needs. That's good.
We ready?
Man, I'm just saying.
It's so good.
You want me to stop on that? I'm just saying.
Just trying to keep the flow, because I don't want to, I don't want to interject where it is. In the wrong space. But I think also just piggyback just a little bit on the frustration part, is that because I think some people, if your mate isn't, they snapping off, or they're answering you quickly, those are indication of frustration. And instead of going like what's wrong with you, what's going on, you should be like, is there something that you need to say to me? Is there something you need? Is there something that you need? And I think changing that response will allow you to have that conversation of what they need, because you just kind of go on with your day, and especially if you have children, just trying to meet everybody's needs that you don't check in. And I think sometimes when we talk about love language and things of that nature, if you've taken that test, you'll lock in, that's their love language, and that's it. And then you'll be like, I got that in the bag. You don't. Like, you need to have a checkup. They growing. Exactly. Because if you're not evolving, then you're not alive. Right. You want to be marriage. Your marriage not alive. Is not alive. That's and if I'm looking at your love language the way it was when we first met, it might be there. It might be your top 5, but there should be some movement in there, because when you have the right mate, your life is evolving, that your partner is making you a better person.
Yeah.
Like all of those things, the highs and the lows and the ins and the outs, like all of this becoming one together is pushing you to be your best self. So frustration is a place, or to me is a platform, an indicator that will allow you to have this need conversation without somebody coming up like, I need to tell you my needs. But like,
but please don't let it get to frustration, right? Please have initiated conversations of check-ins. You're in a isolated situation right now with your married, with your partner. Please, your spouse, please do not let frustration be the indicator that needs are not being met. Do not do that. Initiate a conversation. Don't let frustration be the indicator. Initiate the conversation. Say, hey, let me know. Are you good? We good? You need something? You need something else from me? I know the kids need something. I know my boss needs something, but hey, you're my highest priority and I want to make sure you're good. All right. We're going to get into 5 things, and these are 5 perspectives. Then we'll hear from you. Tag somebody, let somebody know you know this is good and you want them to get in this conversation. Come on, let's get into it. So one of the first things we say is that a man needs admiration and respect. And a woman needs family commitment. Family commitment. We always say a man needs aspiration and respect, and a woman needs family commitment. What does that mean? One of the highest things that a man can have is respect. A man's love language is respect. And it's articulated in all type of ways. Tone, the way you look at me, the way you speak it to me, the way you handle me, the way you respond to me, the way you follow through with something that I ask you to do, the attention to detail. Articulation of love is for a man is through respect. Don't let everybody respect your man more than you do, right? A man needs respect. A man needs respect. We broke these down and went into some different ones, and we got in some different ones. It's on our YouTube page. What a man wants, what a woman needs. Some of it is more extensive than we're going to get today. We're just going to get to 5 of them. But a man needs admiration and a man needs respect. He needs to be or feel admired. He needs, it's part of his ego. You can either chop it down and talk about it, but guess what? It ain't going to go nowhere. Or you can build it up, because a man has an ego and he wants that ego met. He wants it fed. He wants to feel respected. And the best thing you can do is feed it and respect it and give it to him, because the worst thing you could do is let somebody else do it. All right.
Exactly. And what my grandfather would always say is that you marry a man like Sarah looked at Abraham, and she called him Lord. Little Lord with the little L. And if you can look at that man as he is Lord, and you can serve him and respect him and give him admiration, then you shouldn't be with him. You shouldn't move any further in this relationship, because
they're in this relationship already.
Okay.
They're married.
Sorry. All right. They're married. So your husband is little Lord. I'm sorry. Because I know that there's other people there.
This is Marriage Monday.
Okay. And so a woman
needs about to break up some houses, girl. Come on, stay on
So
it.
a woman needs a family commitment. She wants her husband to be a part of the family. She wants her husband to lead the family. She wants her husband to pray over the family. She wants her husband to speak into the life of their children. She wants him to be able to articulate what the nation looks like, how it's going to be navigated, where should the children go. And then the woman comes along as his helpmate, and she helps push that vision. But men, she wants you to set the vision for your household. She wants you to set that vision for your family. And that shows her love. That shows her, because a woman can't help but help. And so the worst thing in the world is for her to come up with the vision and all the other kind of stuff, and you have no part of that. That's not how it runs. A man has vision. You always have vision.
Right. And it doesn't say that a man doesn't want family commitment and a woman needs admiration. We know, but we're just talking about from a roles. A man needs admiration and respect, and a woman needs family commitment. Family commitment. Y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes, good. All right. A man needs an attractive woman, and a woman needs honesty and openness. A man needs an attractive woman, and a woman needs honesty and openness. What do I mean by a man needs an attractive woman? He is a visionary. He is a visual person. When Adam got up from his sleep and God created Eve from bone of his bone and flesh of his flesh, he looked at her and said, whoa, man. In other words, he said, whoa, man. He saw something that was attracted to him. Hey, it's a woman. And he was attracted. Listen, I know people want to get you to be married for a lot of reasons, and you should get married for more than just lips, hips, and fingertips. You can buy all of that now. You should get married for more than just boobs and butt, because you can buy that too. But can I tell you something? You got to wake up to something that you're attracted to. Yes, you want it spiritual. Yes, you want her to be a prayer warrior. Yes, you want her to be able to cook. But listen, she better make your members get excited. You understand what I'm saying? She better make your insides, hey, leap. When you see her come in the room, you ought to be like, what's your name, girl? I'm not saying that a woman doesn't want a man that she's attracted to, but I done seen a lot of beautiful women with some not so handsome men, and I'll be scratching my head. I ask my wife, I'm like, how did he pull that? Well, he gave her something that was important to her, but he needed her to be fine. You understand what I'm saying? Fine, not just fine, but fine. And every man likes what they like, and so whatever he likes, he like them thick, he like them thin, he like them tall, he like them skinny, he like them however he like, whatever he like. A man needs an attractive woman, and whatever's attractive about her needs to remain attractive about her. And it's not always physical. Sometimes it's other things that is her mind, her spirit, the way she soothes him, the way she talks to him, her nurturing nature, the way she handles him, the way she deals with him, girl. He gets attracted to her physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And so he wants a woman that is attractive.
Yeah, and I think,
a woman needs.
Yeah, and a woman needs honesty and openness. She wants you to be, when you say what you say, she wants you to say what you say and be truthful and honest with her. Yeah. She wants to know that what you're saying to her is the truth, and she wants you to be open. And I know that sometimes some women feel like, men have a challenge with being open. But as you say, if a man isn't saying something, he's saying a whole lot. Why
do you think some men are not open and
honest? I think some men are not open and honest because of when they were handled a certain kind of way, or when they were, it was used in a moment of vulnerability, and they're like, oh, I'm never going to tell you anything ever again. Right. Like it could be the smallest thing. Right. But for them, they're like tiptoeing on the whole place of being honest and being open. And the Bible says that he safely trusted in her. And so that is very weighty. Like I feel that a woman desires that, but that's very weighted for a man to be able to give a woman honesty and openness, because as before, he can sleep with anybody, but if he's not sharing his heart with you, then he ain't sharing himself with you. So
he's just sharing his body.
He's showing his body, and it doesn't mean anything. We have to create an atmosphere or space for men to feel secure in sharing their heart and being open.
And a woman needing an honest openness from a man, you're right, because I have seen women stick with and through a lot of stuff with a man because he didn't keep a secret from her, because he was honest and he was open. So at least she knew what she was dealing with. I never understood that, because I'm not sure that if a woman reciprocated the same level of honesty and openness that a man could deal with it to the same level, right? Okay, let's keep moving. So a man needs recreation and companionship, and a woman needs communication and conversation. A man needs recreation and companionship. Somebody that he can hang with, somebody he can kick it with, somebody he can ride in the car with without saying, where you going? Where you going? Which way? Why are you turning? Turn this way. Go this. No, just ride. We just riding. We just riding. We got the music on. We riding. We going this way. We going fast. Just ride. Or somebody he can hang with or talk to or play or listen to music with, right? Recreation and companionship. So he don't always have to be with his boys. I know you think he always want to be with his boys, but if he always wanted to be with his boys, he wouldn't have married you, right? He wants to be with his boys all the time. That's something, that's an indicator, right? Because
something is not being met.
Yeah, because I mean, no, because that's all I'm gonna say. Yes, there's times for that, but no, recreation and companionship, you want to be with your lady. You don't want to always be with your dudes that you've been with all your life before that. So a man needs recreation and companionship from his wife, yeah.
And a woman needs communication and conversation. And I know that sometimes, for men, they're just like, she want to keep talking, but you do, and you have to like train yourself to be able to listen, to have a conversation, so that when she gets finished talking, you should be able to tell her something that she said. And yes, some of us take the long way around a story, but we're storytellers.
Why?
Hey, because we just like conversation. We like to talk. Women talk so much more than men do.
What are you talking about? Just get to it. Just like, and then, and the color was, what? Just, come on. Just, what are you saying right now?
But to me, that is the same part of like, you want somebody to ride in a car with you and not ask you where you going. Well, that's the part of a woman that you have to deal with. You have to listen to her, and you cannot zone her out or be like, okay, are you done? Because then if she asks you a question and you can't answer it, then she doesn't feel love.
I get it. If that's what she needs, if she needs communication and conversation, man, we got to learn how to communicate, and we got to learn how to have a conversation and listen to the one that's being had, right? Because we want to meet and exceed each other's needs and expectations. Come on. A man needs domestic support and a supportive home environment, and a woman needs financial support. A man needs domestic support and a supportive home environment. Man, listen, it's nothing like feeling like you the king in your own castle. It's nothing like coming home and feeling like, yo, this your house, you the king. Everybody know it. The kids run up, the dog run up, the wife run up, everybody run up, meet you at the door, happy that you there, celebrate your arrival, especially if you're a black man in America and you make it home. Every time you make it home and walk through the doors, it's a celebration. They darn near throw you a parade. Not you walk in the door and they look over the couch. Hi. Good to see you. You back? I mean, that sucks. Like, you've been out grinding, you've been out working, you've been out giving orders all day, or you've been out taking orders all day, and then you come home and you don't have domestic support. You don't have a palace. You don't have a queen, an environment that makes you feel like a king. A man needs an environment, a supportive home environment. He needs an environment that's catered to him, that thrives for him, what he likes, his stuff in a place where he likes it. So he feels like this is my castle. I don't care if it's a 1-bedroom apartment. I don't care if it's a shack. I don't care if it's a studio. I don't care what it is. It is my space. And a woman that takes that and makes that home, that house a home, man, she is a palace, right? She is a queen. She's the queen of that castle, and he's the king of the castle. It's incredible.
Yeah. And a woman needs financial support.
Right.
She needs financial support. She's not trying to be a gold digger. She just wants to know that things are being paid and that there's money and we're okay. Because as a woman, to me, you're the inner part. So the outer part is this man that is protecting and taking care of you. And if there's one place that is not being protected or taken care of, you get afraid. You get fearful, and you have anxiety. And so she needs financial support, whatever that is. If I remember growing up as a child, child. I won't disclose the names or whatever, but I remember growing up as a child, and there was a person that would lose a job, but it didn't matter. That man was selling pizzas, or he was working at the bowling alley. Like it never mattered. He took care of his family. No matter, there was no job that was too little. There was nothing that was too small. He took care of his family, which will make his wife feel supported and his children feel supported. So, you know, a woman, she needs that. She's got to have that.
It doesn't mean that he makes all the money, because some houses are not set up where she makes all the money, but that both parties are contributing. My wife educated me on, I said, well, how did he end up with her? And she said, well, probably because he provided her with financial stability. And again, some women are after that, just are taking advantage of the situation. But some women are just like, yo, I don't want to do all the work. I don't want to pay all the bills. I don't want to make all the decisions. I don't want to make all the vacations. And ladies, you have to be careful. And men, you have to be careful if you get comfortable letting your wife do all of that stuff, because eventually, because that's not how she's wired, she's going to get tired of it. She's going to get frustrated. And you can't ask her to treat you like a man while she's still handling you like a boy. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure that you step up and be a priest, a provider, and a protector. You got children out there, take care of your children, handle your business. Don't let the court have to get involved in your family. If your marriage didn't work, if your family didn't work, if your relationship didn't work, and your children out there, don't make the court tell you how much support your child need and how much support that household needs. Man, this is your child. This is your seed. Take care of that. Hey, girl, let's keep this out the courts. Don't worry about that. This money will be here all the time. I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to handle my business. What you need when they come over my house, they got this, you got that, and I'm going to handle that business, right?
People.
This is, I'm talking about that because even in the context of some married people are divorced, or blended families, right? And in the same context, you got to make sure that needs are being met, because needs need to be met, right? And so men need domestic support and a supportive home environment, and women needs financial support. We good? Here we go. Last one. A man needs sexual fulfillment. We talked about it already. A man needs sexual fulfillment. I heard you ladies, and we do too. Yes, I know you do. Yes, I'm not denying it, of course. And a woman needs affection, right? And I'm not saying men don't need affection, because men do need affection. They need to be nurtured. But men need sexual fulfillment. He is always ready. He is always. He ain't got to get ready. He ain't got to get ready. He always ready. You say his name a certain way, he ready. You call him a certain way, he ready. You run up,
walk across the room.
Ready. You nudge up against him a certain way, huh? What? He ready. I mean, we talk about this all the time, because a man has sexual needs. He wants his sexual needs to be fulfilled, and he don't want to feel like he's begging you for sex. He don't want to feel like it's pity sex. Right? Come on, I'm gonna give you something. No, keep it. Keep that sex. Don't be trying to give me none. If you don't want it to, don't keep it, right?
God. No, if you don't want it, don't give it to me.
If you don't want it, don't give it, or keep it yourself. But the truth is that although that may be the case, frustration will set in. And if frustration sets in, it creates distance in a relationship. And so men want sexual fulfillment. He wants sexual Marvin Gaye. Come on, Marvin Gaye. He wants sexual what? Healing. He wants to, when he gets that feeling, he wants sexual healing. God. Listen, and guess what? He always got the feeling. I feel something right now, right? He always got the feeling, and he needs that sexual healing. Man needs sexual fulfillment.
And a woman needs affection. Sometimes she does. Sometimes her rubbing you does not necessarily mean that she, it sometimes, right? But not all the time.
I thought it meant something. I thought you wanted something. Okay.
But it doesn't always mean that. So you have to, it could lead to that. Yes. It could start leading to that. Right. And I think that men need to understand that if you want to be fulfilled sexually, that it cannot be, like you say, you always ready. She not always ready. And it does not necessarily mean that she doesn't want to. It's just that women have to just kind of get their heads together, because their head and their mind and everything is everywhere trying to do, when you're a nurturer and you're trying to take care of everything everybody. And then here he is trying to have sex and you want to fulfill his needs, but you got to get yourself together.
Right.
You got to get your mind right. And so, and I talk about this, whatever it is that you need to do to get yourself together so
right.
that you can have sex with your husband, then that's what you need to do. Whatever it is, you tell him, give me a minute. I'm going to come back and it's going to be good. Whatever that is, you got to talk to yourself, or you got to get your mind together, because the reason why is because when you are in your marriage bed, you as women don't want your mind to be all over the place. Right. You shouldn't be thinking about the grocery list while you having sex with your husband.
No.
Or did you turn off this?
No.
And I know I'm talking right because we do this sometimes. Well, I don't do this.
Oh, I don't you sure? Are you telling the truth?
No, I'm telling the truth. I'm there. When it's time, I'm there. And your body will tell him that you're not there.
Your body will tell him.
Your body, that's I don't care what your mouth is saying.
Right. You like, what's
your
wrong,
body
right.
will tell him that
there.
You're not there.
That's right.
And in those intimate moments, you need to just be honest and say, get it out. Yes, I'm sorry, babe. I'm just worried about this, and then have a conversation. And then really most of the time, if you get that off your chest, that brings a vulnerability and that brings a closeness that you have. It's on and
And it's real. And it's like, I love what you said, because if a man needs sexual fulfillment and he's only thinking about his needs without thinking about his wife needs affection, right? If he wants fulfillment and his wife needs affection, don't try to just take what you need from the relationship. Give what she needs so you can get what you need, but not just so you can get what you need, but so you can treat what she needs like a seed. If you treat what she needs like a seed, then you'll get what you need, because she's always going to reciprocate or multiply. The way, again, how we start, the way her body is wired, if you give her a seed, she's going to multiply. Whatever you give her love, she's going to multiply. You give her a house, she's going to give you a home. You give her food, she's going to give you a meal. Whatever you give your wife, she's going to multiply it and make it more. So if you give her affection, she's going to give you sexual fulfillment. So if you know tonight you need some sexual fulfillment, then start in the morning with a sex text. Well, now we quarantine, so you can still play in the house. Send it upstairs.
Why you texting me?
Girl, I was just trying to see what you was doing, what you doing in the other room, right? And so you can start early. You know, this is the thing. Send a note and write a note and leave it on the thing. And when you get back to work, send it in a letter and send it in a song and put it in a playlist and play some music in the house and start giving her and talk to her and give her connection and conversation. And she know you, because she gonna be like, what you want? What you working on, right? What you trying to do, right? What you into tonight, right? She starts getting curious about what it is that you want, because when she feels that affection, she feels love in that affection, and then sexual fulfillment will happen, because you treated meeting her needs like a seed, right? Not just trying to get what you want from it. I need sexual fulfillment, so you better give me what I need. No, I need sexual fulfillment. But the question is, what do you need? Because I'm a giver. So before I receive, I want to give what you need, because I know if you good, I know I'm going to be good, because you're going to multiply whatever I give you. So if I give it to you, hey, it's going to get multiplied back to me. Good measure. Press down, shaking together, and give. It ain't just money. In the kingdom of God, you give what you want. Give, and it shall be given to you. Good measure, press down, shaking together, and run it over.
Shall men
give to your bosom. Somebody else, come on to my bosom. That's the word of the Lord for tonight. Lift your hands and tell the Lord thank you. All right. Listen to me. All right, we almost done. So let's get to the last one. All right. So I got one more as a bonus. I gave him one more as a bonus. Yeah, this is the bonus. That was our 5. You got them all. Here, let's go over them quick. If you went through it last, 5 differences between a man and a woman. Here we go. A man needs admiration, respect. A woman needs family commitment. You got a man needs attraction, and a woman needs honesty and openness. A man needs recreation and companionship. A woman needs communication, conversation, domestic support, financial support, sexual fulfillment, and affection. You can go back and watch it again. Here's the reality, right? Here's the reality, man. This is a truth, okay? This is a truth. We learned this from one of our mentors. A man the man, women of God. Let's start with the woman. All right, I'm gonna talk about this from both perspectives, and then you chime in.
Okay.
So, woman of God, the man that you want needs to be nurtured. He's in there. I'm not telling you to hope for hope against hell. I'm talking about you married this man. You see his potential. You see his greatness. He's raw goods. He's raw material. He loves you. He's committed to you. Don't throw in the towel. Don't give up. Don't grass is green on the other side. Don't look on the other way. That man is in there. He is in there.
Right.
And you can multiply anything, woman of God.
Exactly.
You have hoped against hope. You stuck with the dude that you know you shouldn't have been with. So the one you can be with, you definitely can bring gold out of him. You can draw out of him. His mind, his heart is a deep well. You can ask questions. You can sharpen. You can nurture him. You have the power, woman of God, to raise a child into a grown human being that becomes great successes and have and lead his own family. You, woman of God, can take anything and turn it into something. So your man, you can nurture him. You can develop him. You can draw him out. Don't look for the polished, finished one that somebody else made, and now you want to take them. And now you want to get them. Somebody else's work, else's work that they didn't put in. You say, I want a man. No, you want a man like the man you got. You just need to nurture him, love him, not nag him, but nurture him into health, into love, into power. And man, that woman that you want, she don't exist. The woman that you want, she don't exist. The woman that you want, she don't exist. She is only existing in your head. She is adaptable. The helpmate, God found a compatible helpmate for him. Adam, compatible helpmate. She is adaptable. She is moldable. She will evolve. That's why you see healthy relationships. Women conform, right? The way they're made. They get into a healthy relationship where they feel safe and trusting, and then they adapt to to what that is. And so men spend so much time looking for somebody else's work. Looking for somebody else's work, somebody else completed work. And I want that completed work, and I want that woman. But you never ask the question, well, who taught her that? And is she still thinking about him when she's with me? Exactly. You want to put your own work in. You hear me? You make your own mark to the level that the woman that you really want and the woman that you're really looking for, she's in your head. Yeah. She does not exist. She does not exist until you bring her out. She does not exist until you put that love on her. She don't exist until you give her your last name. And then what does it mean? What does that last name now mean? Because I put my last name on you. Did it add value to you? Did it take away from you? Right? Did it break you down, or did it build you up? Right? And so that woman that you're looking for, man of God, in your marriage, she does not exist. She does not exist. She is in your head, and she only exists in your imagination. And whatever she becomes, or whatever your relationship becomes, will be the result of your own revelation of what she could be, and your own revelation of what she is. And that man that you're looking for, that you're married to, nurture him, woman of God. Nurture him and develop him and raise him up and bring him up. You want to say something about that? That was the bonus.
That was, and that is, I love when you always say that, and it's true. But for us as women, we will hope against hope with all of the wrong people, and then when God gives you a husband, then you close it up because you get in your you get in your feelings. But the nurturing and asking God to show you how to love this man, how to speak life into him, how to be his cheerleader, how to bring things out of him that you know is inside of him, and not get frustrated in the process. So you have to ask God to help you to build this man. Like, to me, a true bad woman is a woman that can take a man, and I'm not saying because that he's a boy, but a woman can take and bring something out of a man that he didn't even realize was inside of him. Yeah, because she gave him an atmosphere. You believe that about and me? An environment, right? You see that in me? And we say this a lot because this is how I saw my husband in a different space. Yeah, I don't want to get emotional, but I saw him in a very different space. The Lord showed me who he was, even though right now that wasn't manifested. Yeah. But if I would have just looked at where he was right then, I would have missed a blessing that has been in my life. So it's like when you know
it was
that
even prophesied. It was even we over time. We just gonna give it to y'all tonight. All right, y'all can chat.
IG
y'all can get out when y'all go. IG, if y'all get locked out, y'all go over to YouTube. All right, if you want to finish it up, go ahead though. It was prophesied. It was prophesied.
Yeah, it was prophesied to me that
don't say the name of the person.
Yeah, I'm not. Right. Okay, so it was prophesied to me about my husband. The person, like they were given this prophecy and they were going to speak or whatever. And I mean, this person fell out of the car. Like it was just crazy what was going on. And they looked at me in the elevator as I helped them up and they said, the Lord brought me here for you. Because the Lord told me I need to tell you who your husband is. And so she began to go ahead and describe him. And she was like, you know, he's not totally there just yet. But when he gets there, he's going to be like this top star. Like you think of anybody that's a top star right now, and that's where he's going to be. And I was just like, are you serious? She was like, yes. And because I'm thinking he's already made. I'm thinking that he's already there.
Everybody that was trying to holler at her before I showed up was already there, right? They was on a certain level and a certain expectation, and everybody that was coming to her, so everybody thought that she would marry somebody on this big level because of who she was and who she was related to, and nobody saw somebody that was an unknown, that was raw goods or raw materials ever coming into the scene, but the prophet, while she was in a relationship and being pursued, the prophet said, hey, I came for you because your man, nobody know him yet, but everybody's gonna know him, but nobody knows him yet. And that's who he is. And so for me, when I met her and I saw her again, back to her, when I saw her, it was what I was attracted to, was who she was. But man, she had on these long dresses and she had, if we're gonna be honest, we're gonna be honest. She had on stockings and long dresses. I mean, the first gift that I ever really bought her was the first gift I ever bought her.
You bought me with some shoes,
whole outfit. The first gift
I ever bought. At him like,
I was like, you know how to dress for church, but you do not know how to dress for life. And let me tell you something, woman of God, this is not gonna work for me. All right. Yes, it kept her. But listen, it was not gonna work. I could see beyond the long dress and I could see beyond the jogging suits because I saw her for who she was, and the woman that I wanted she was there, but it needed to be nurtured. And so the first thing I did was I put clothes on her and I showed her how to dress outside of church and get comfortable in her own skin because of her religious background and the traditional setting that she grew up in. It wasn't her, it was just how she was raised up. And so as we continue to pursue in our relationship, I wanted to marry her. I purchased a ring. I put the ring in my pocket. I had it. I was talked to her grandfather, talked to her father, talked to her mother, asked everybody for permission, and I was waiting for the right moment. And I tell you, after me, her, and her mom was coming back from asking from Atlanta, asking for her hand in marriage.
My dad.
That's right. Talking to her dad. I had in my pocket the ring, waiting for the right time. And on our way home, she started leaning in and saying, you know what? This is how I see you. This is what I think about you. This is what I think about your anointing. This is what I think about the grace of God. This is what God is going to do in your life. This is what God's going to do with your life. She started going into all of this, and all while she was saying it, it was stuff that I saw in my head that God told me, but that I never said before out loud. I never said it before. Only God showed it to me. And God had showed her what he also showed me about myself. And when God showed her what he saw, what he showed me, then I was like, this woman has capacity to help me come into that space because she see me as more than what I am right now, and we'll walk together into this space. And when I did that, I couldn't get the ring out my pocket fast enough to ask her to be my wife and be my favor for life. That's what I asked her. Would you please consider being my favor for life, being my wife and my favor for life? And that's how we got together, because the man that I was, she saw in raw form, and the woman that she is, I saw in raw form. She was more than what she was doing right there, and I was more than what I was doing right then. And we evolved together and we grew together, and that's how we got here together.
Because marriage pulls the best out of you,
not the worst.
It pulls the best out of you. And if there's the worst that is being seen, marriage will correct, and it's a mirror, and it shows you, no, that's not what you should be demonstrating right now.
Right.
That's not what you should be manifesting right now. You should be manifesting this. But marriage pulls the best out of you.
So good. All right, that was it. That's all. So listen, what did we miss? What y'all got? What y'all say? What y'all say?
What a man wants,
what a man
what a
wants
woman
and woman
needs.
Or how y'all think? Was that good? What y'all talking about? Was it good? This too much. Y'all
Speaking
funny. This coming right here, babe.
Oh,
this
okay.
too much. This too much. I need a box. I need a tissue. I was gonna throw the Bibles at you. God, why y'all violent? Beautiful testimony. So good. This is sweet. Great. What do you think about the 5? Did we miss anything? Anything else you want to add to the conversation?
Yeah.
Love y'all. Love you too, Rachel. Love y'all back. Good stuff. Praise God. Awesome. This is so good. Love this story. There is a shortage of tissue for all of us. Why are y'all crying? Y'all so funny. Don't cry. We just being honest. Like vulnerability and truth and creating a space for your truth, no matter how hard it is to hear, no matter how hard it is to hear. What is this?
Read the comments,
what is this?
Please. They said go back.
I can't go back up. You got to say it again. Comments. You got to say it again.
You got to say
it
again
back.
because we
I
can't
can't go
see
back. This was right on point. This was good. I never fell in love before now, and this is still it. My marriage has truly been blessed. Thank you so much. I'm waiting for my man, okay? Wait for him. Wait for him and be everything you need to be while you're waiting for him.
This is
better than Monday Night Football. That's strong. That's good.
I'm not crying.
This is gonna be. Is this gonna be available to share? It's up for a little while, but it's on YouTube right away. You can always find it on YouTube and go back and watch the other one. I can't wait till I get my husband. Hey, he can't wait neither. That's right. Keep on. Thank you for your transparency. This type of vulnerability is a common, beautiful testimony. Anything else that you guys want us to say or add to it? Anything else you want to add to it? Anything else you want to add to it? It's so good. Listen, we're so glad. We're so good. Listen, if this blessed you in any kind of way, we always create an opportunity to sow because it's just a principle in God's kingdom. Give and you shall be given to. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. We thank you for all the seeds. Some of y'all give $10, $20. Some people gave $30, $50, $5.
Nice.
Just sowing into the moment. Whatever you give, we appreciate and we receive it from you, and we're thankful. Yep, there it is. What's your Cash App? I know you was gonna ask. There, people ask.
It's right on the screen,
and I appreciate you guys for asking. I love that the numbers don't go down when we get to this point because it shows you're not takers. I mean, we commit to share, and as you see, we pray about this and we give you notes and we give you nuggets that save people from from the opportunity, that save people from being able to have to go to counseling. And so we just love relationships and we love marriages, and we're thankful that husbands and wives are watching this, single people are watching this and blessing you. And so we're thankful. What does this say? So what if you caught up in everything right now that you can't focus on being sexual? No. Caught up in everything that you can't focus on being sexual. That again, it's about meeting the needs of each other. My wife always says that God gives you grace for what your spouse needs.
No, He anoints you afresh for your spouse and what you need. And you know, we use prayer time as things for what we need to get out of life, money, direction, things of that nature. You need to ask God to anoint you to be able to have sex with your partner.
Let me answer with scriptures. God says a couple things about this. He says, if you have differences or distance between you and your spouse, you can't come into your prayer closet and pray and ask God for anything because He's going to send you back to your spouse. In Corinthians, it says, hey, you can't even go on a fast without first asking your spouse if y'all good to be on a fast at this time, if you're good to be on a fast at this time, because God says, do not deny your spouse what they need physically. Do not deny them what you need physically, and try to make it spiritual. And so I get that there's pressure, that there's anxiety, there's kids, there's loss, there's hurt, there's grieving, there's mourning, but everything in your life, hear me, everything in your life that happens to you eventually is going to work for you, but you have to let it be used to bring you together. You got a physical sickness or some type of ailment that don't let you express yourself sexually. Find ways for intimacy, find ways for affection, find ways for growth, Find ways for connectivity. Pressure happens when we first got married. We got to go, guys. When we first got married, we had something happen that could have created some pressure for us, that could have created some distance. But instead of letting it create distance, we let it draw us closer. And because of that pressure that didn't separate us, it could have separated us. But because it didn't, it drew us closer, and our bond got deeper in that space and that time. And our daughter was born later because the bond got deeper. And I'm not just talking about sex and physical. I'm talking about growth, and I'm talking about connectivity, and I'm talking about those emotions and those feelings are going somewhere, and you want to catch them. And better yet, you want to capture them inside of your home. You don't want them emotions to go to venting out to your mom and your dad and your spouse and people around you. You want that stuff to go. Yeah. So find a way to get that stuff into the context of your relationship. I hope that was a good answer. Man, we went overtime a little bit today, but I hope that you guys grew and learned something about it and out of it, and that it helped you, and that it was good for you today. It was good. It was good. All right. Yeah. Was it good for you? Man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Man, look at these comments, man. This is so good. This is so good. This is so good. So good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. All right, we're gonna end with a song. Y'all always waiting for the song. This one of my wife's favorite songs. I don't like when she sees him in concert or live or nothing like that.
I have never seen him in concert.
I know. Thank God. It almost happened in Atlanta, and God blocked it. Hey,
that was not God.
It was God.
Because that would have just been the highlight of my year.
I was the highlight, girl. I'm the
you
highlight.
are, but I ain't too far from you.
You ain't.
You eat dark like you.
Oh, whatever.
I like chocolate.
Oh my God. It's the last song. We gonna go out, and then we gotta say our marriage confession. We supposed to say that first.
Oh, we are. All
right, let's pause it. All right, hold on. We gotta say that first. All right, my marriage is blessed.
My marriage is blessed.
My spouse and I
are
led by the Spirit of God.
Led by the Spirit of God.
When we pray together in unity,
our
prayers are powerful.
Our prayers are powerful,
and we get results.
We
make every effort. To establish peace and harmony. In our home. Together we walk in agreement. And we are an unstoppable force. If we get angry, we are quick to forgive. So that we do not have strife. In our relationship. We are not self-seeking. Rude. Proud. Boastful. Or jealous. Instead, we are loving. Kind. Patient. And we put each other's needs. Before our own. We trust each other. We protect the sanctity of our marriage. And what God has joined together. We will not be separate. Did y'all get something out of it? Did y'all like our set? We set it up. We switched it up a little bit today. Marriage Monday. We love